What's up, everybody? I'm Sabrae.
I'm Yatta.
I'm Sean.
And this is
No Disclaimers Podcast.
All right, for everybody that is joining us today, I first want to introduce our guests.
You got a lot of them joints.
First one, we have AJ.
I'm AJ, one of the most controversial Twitter niggas since 09.
Okay, shout out to Twitter name.
AJ_Kemp. Used to be Stacks Fifth, used to be a lot of different names, but I'm AJ Kemp, one of the most controversial Twitter niggas of all time. I just want to say that again.
Okay, bet.
One of the most opinionated niggas of all time.
Well, we needed that today.
Yeah.
All right, and you, AJ?
I'm AJ as well. They call him young old. AJ call me old AJ.
Okay.
Same thing. We go back and forth on Twitter, arguing all the time. So you know.
All right, and Krystal?
I'm Krystal. I think I'm very quiet.
Get the fuck out of here.
I see people. I keep to myself.
Oh my god.
Honestly, no.
Okay, and live from the Wellicopter, we have motherfucking Krystal.
Okay, but no, seriously, I do have an opinion on everything. I am going to be very vocal. I don't really care what anyone has to say about it. I'm going to say it. I said what I said.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's more like it.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
I respect you for that because you definitely at least keep.
We had to bring out that Wellicopter. This shit get full
Early,
tank.
right.
Full tank.
She keep it consistent though. She consistent.
We didn't get out the
I
introduction.
respect
Right,
consistency.
I'm trying to cue it up right now. Hold on. But okay, well, so first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. We're very happy to have
appreciate
you.
y'all.
We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
We need y'all for these topics today. While I have it queued up now, if you would like to award Krystal the
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So now let's jump right in because we have a lot to cover today. So the first thing I want to talk about, and was probably going to be a hot button topic this coming week, is Black pastors meeting with Donald Trump last week to discuss prison reform. Anybody want to go ahead and jump in on that real quick?
I'll jump in.
Okay.
So
Double Dutch.
It's no double Dutch. What I feel like is it's him doing what he always does. He's just trying to play a card. He's just trying to attract different people. So this is the same tactic that he's been using. It's nothing new. I'm not really sure why we're reacting. It's just the media trying to get us to talk about something, distract us from something that's bigger that's going on. But it's the same shit he's been doing.
I agree.
I don't really think it's about him. I look at the people who went. That's my issue. I don't like people give him too much credit, in my opinion. They give him credit for being a racist. You got to be intelligent to be a real racist. There's a difference. You could be a bigot and you could be a racist. A racist is like Byron Beladefa who killed Medgar Evers. He had a community council to plan how to keep black people out. That's not Trump. He's just ignorant.
Well,
he don't know no better.
Well, Trump is
he
a
knows
racist.
better.
He's white. If you're white, you have the system of white supremacy
No, I agree with that.
to
I agree with
enforce that supremacy over you. But to your point, we had Pastor Daryl Scott who said Trump is the most pro-black president. He is a coon, clearly. We had coon pastors. That was the thing. Y'all, did you want to say something about the whole meeting?
He's the most pro-black president?
Yeah,
but he's a coon. Daryl Scott is a coon.
They get in a chat.
that just took me completely out of this. I'm sorry.
So my thing about it is that he met with coons. He always meets with coons and entertainers. One of the main people that he met with was John Gray. I don't necessarily think that he's a coon, but I'm tired of black people meeting with Trump that are not coming out with something tangible.
Yeah, I said that I got in an argument with one of the trumpets.
That's funny.
On Twitter, like when I made a few statements about LeBron, and they was like, "Why LeBron?" Like they were mad at LeBron for saying I don't want to sit with him. Right. And I was telling people, I'm like, Trump has put in 2 lifetimes over LeBron. So there's nothing LeBron can say to Trump that he don't know already. Right. There's no point in continuously taking meetings with a guy who has been in court for racism, for kicking people out of buildings, for not letting them live in his apartments and all type of stuff. At this point, there's no change in him. So what he's doing is he's at the fucking very end of his presidency on the low. You know what I'm saying? So now it's on the low. He's close to on the way out of there. He's close to being on that way. It's like a thread where he could get through or he can't. But he's using people for ratings at this point. You know what I'm saying? Right. So let me holler at a few black people, act like I want to hear what they got to say to try to get some people on my side. So every time he takes them meetings, look, Kim Kardashian got him to free somebody.
Yeah.
It was people like, damn, Trump really trying to, you know what I'm saying, do something now. So every time, like, his name goes so far left into the negative spectrum of things, he does something like take meetings with Kanye West. Or
try to throw a little
something cool. Yeah, something cool that will take some heat off of him. So every time when people be geeking to go take that meeting, it's never been any productivity out of that. That's
Kim Kardashian got something.
That's one person.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying she's like the only person.
Yeah, like, and what I'm saying is he keeps doing that shit for us to say, all right, he trying to work with us now. And when it's just a fucking quick exit to get back to that road of racism and bigotry, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the wildest part for me is like that people are surprised by anything that he says or does.
Right, these are
I agree.
Have you not been paying attention?
He's been doing it.
And also, to your point, I agree with every single thing you said. But I will say this. That's what they all do. That's what Hillary Clinton did. That's why she lost. She had Pusha T campaigning for her.
Yeah.
Pusha T.
But, and again...
Think about that. Hold on. Think about that.
That's AJ, man.
Hold on, but think about it. Hold on. It's kind of like...
But you know what's crazy?
Hold on. But why Pusha T? Out of all people, his content is anything.
She likes to pander. And
that's what I'm saying. So it's
he didn't have to agree to
as bad as he is, they all do that.
Pusha T knew who Hillary was as well. But this is the thing. The major point about this election, why I used to be so mad at everybody, including Krystal,
I already know.
about pushing their narratives that this particular election, this wasn't a bigger evil type of situation. This is far beyond that because Trump is worse as it can get as a president. We could take an L. The Hillary L would have been way better than a Trump L.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Sis is way more connected. Sis is way more.
I'm seeing kids get beat up by white nationalists in the streets.
That's not the news.
But that was happening under Obama. That was happening under Obama.
Who else fired up racists to this level?
Black people. I'll give you that.
I will give you that. It is to a different level.
That part is
I'm 30 years old. I've lived here as much as everybody else at this table. I've never seen racists this fired up in my life.
That part is
that did give him the green light to kind of just like come out the closet with it.
That is one of the worst things that we could have seen because the country is beginning to go back into where we went to the first Civil War. And that complete divide, because that's my next step I see coming is a new Civil War.
But let me
honestly, because if Trump goes out of office, if something bad happens to Trump, they're going to take it out on black people.
We don't want Pence.
Let me tell you something.
Because they can't tell who is who with white people.
All right, AJ.
The easiest opponent is a black-skinned person. So when this war happens, they can't tell who is who within white until a white person says, I'm not with you.
I think we're
the obvious opponent.
AJ,
Am I wrong?
I want you to make your point.
I think you're a little naive about what America has always been. You understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I agree 110%. He has incited it to a point that with people who are normally quiet and behind closed doors, they're a little bit more confident in saying certain things and doing certain things because they're comfortable. But this idea that he divided America, it's been divided.
Absolutely.
They were always racist. It was inside. Now they're saying it out loud.
And
but they was racist last year.
When I was at Virginia State, they used to pass out KKK flyers for the rallies at our school. This is nothing new. So the idea, that's what I said. I started off the show, my first comment was, y'all give him too much credit, in my opinion. He doesn't deserve all the credit. And he eats that shit up. He loves to feel like he has all this power and influence. This is who these people have been.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever converted into another view at the peak of your viewing of your view? As a sense of, I wholeheartedly believe in what I believe in, right? Have you ever changed your views at that peak?
I'll give you an example.
Pause. Let me finish. Or was it easier to change your views when you've been broken down, when you had to be a little more silent, when you had to look around and see a lot of people saying, I'm bad for the way I feel. So when they went in between their doors, when you say they were quiet for a reason because they seen people with reasoning saying, you're bad. It's not us. Right. So when someone is at the peak of their view, like Trump or his races, they're like, Trump is right. Trump fired them up, right? At this point, it's going to be hard to change them to say being racist is wrong because the president of the United States is a racist.
I don't want to get too sidetracked. Yatta, I know you wanted to make a point. You did.
I feel like I kind of just snuck
or maybe she didn't.
Or maybe she didn't. But no,
I feel like I kind of just snuck it in there, you know, like in between points though. But
so to get back to this particular situation, as far as prison reform is concerned, talking to black pastors, unless they have a prison reform ministry that's already, you know, getting somewhere, it's no point to even meet with them because they're not bringing qualified people to the table. What is it? John Gray, he said that, oh, he shared his heart with Trump and his concerns with Trump. And I'm stop begging for a seat at the table when we have the means to build our own table. Since 1980, the black church has taken in tithes of $420 billion. We don't need the government's help for prison reform. Black churches can literally make a way for there to be prison reform in every single state in this country, like a whole prison reform program. So I am just tired of seeing people go meet with him and come out with nothing.
They're not going to get anything though.
I don't even think that, like, that's what my point is. Like, what again?
It's nothing wrong with talking to Trump.
No,
but it's nothing. I think that it's important to because
people
to
want FaceTime. That's all
Trump.
they want.
I think it's important to meet with Trump. Like if Trump called me today, Sabrae, I want you to take pictures. I want to talk. I want to talk about this.
Why?
I'm like, sure. I'd be like, sure. If I can bring Minister Louis Farrakhan with me, if I can bring somebody who's qualified.
I'm not fucking with no nigga don't eat bacon.
God. But you get what I'm saying. I would bring a qualified person.
Fucking no nigga that don't eat bacon.
First of all,
what makes it worse is they're bringing pastors up there to talk about prison reform.
Right.
When pastors be the same people that judge the kids that's in the streets, and they don't know them well enough to know what's going on in the street. You need people that are leaders in the streets to come to talk to Trump about prison reform and resources they need and schooling and opportunities for these kids. Pastors, like you said, they got $400 billion in revenue since when?
Since 1980.
1980, $400 billion in revenue, and
in tithes.
All I see is big ass churches get built in the streets, but I don't see big schools getting built.
Well, why do we go to the church for so?
That's why
so
people
much?
stop going to the church though.
Like,
that's why they stop going to the church.
Why is it that we lean so much on going to the church? Now I'm not saying that you don't go to church, you don't have faith. That's not what I'm saying.
I get exactly what you're saying.
But why is it that we lean on the church so much to guide us in politics, to guide us in all these different things where?
Because that's all we had at one point. All we had was religion at one point. So we've been indoctrinated to follow
It's the same thing that held us down at the same time, though. You know what I'm saying?
But also, Dr. King came from that era where preachers were in politics. They were enforcing things that was needed for the black community. They were actually leading things that would get us political benefits. But that's no longer the case because they're relying on government donations and subsidies and stuff like that. Because let's be clear, Trump is trying to tax nonprofit organizations, which falls under churches. So I think they just kissing white ass now.
And like I'm very spiritual. I'm not so much religious, but it's so hard to find leadership in someone like a pastor these days.
True that.
You can see his whole congregation down on the floor on their knees, and he drives a Bentley.
I feel you on that.
Me?
I feel you.
And then I can look into my same community. I can look at a coach. I see so many coaches coaching. Yeah, that's cool though.
I'm a driver, Bentley. Fuck that.
But I see coaches. I see coaches who voluntarily coach. Coaching is no different from being a pastor.
No, I feel
pastor give you a word.
No,
they give you a word. The book is written.
I feel what you're saying. Just like teachers should be getting paid more because they do more of an important job. But my thing is, to conclude this, let's all be clear. Trump is meeting with these pastors for prison reform to distract from his Russian collusion case.
Of course.
And he just caused a media frenzy. So that he does it all the time. So when these things get heated up and these controversial topics come, let's not get distracted from what Trump is actually doing. Don't be used as pawns, and give him exactly the outrage that he is looking for.
Sabrae, hold on, quick. We give him too much credit, and he eats that up. That we give him credit for everything that goes wrong.
Sabrae, cool question.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, quick statement. Teachers shouldn't get paid more until you can keep my kids till 7 o'clock. Okay.
I didn't want to go there.
Teachers should be paid more.
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Keep my kids till 7 o'clock.
That's a different topic. All I say on the teacher thing is this.
Teachers basically got to be parents their whole day.
Listen, you're talking about the exception.
And large sums.
There's a whole bunch of teachers who just show up and get the check. They don't go over.
Easy.
But that's because they're not getting paid enough.
No, because you get paid enough. So to do your job, you have to get paid enough.
You would care more if you were. That's such a
shit.
It depends. No, it depends on where it's.
That's 60.
No, it's not.
It depends.
The taxes.
It depends.
That's 28.
I hate the overhead number,
Sean,
I hate the overhead number. When somebody like, I make 60K, okay, you make 40. After taxes.
Sean, you was going to make a closing point because we got to move on to the next thing.
Keep my kids till 7
o'clock. Shut the hell up.
Oh my God. See, you gave this nigga a window.
I should have never.
Fucking gave him a window.
Next topic. Next topic. AJ got to get the rose ball.
Rose ball.
Okay, so we're going to get AJ the rose ball. All right, let's go. So next topic, Cooning in the NFL. Dak Prescott. Go.
He's a bitch. First of all, he Dallas Cowboy. He's a bitch.
In the mic.
Retweet.
I have the first dig at this because I know I'm going to have the opposite opinion than everybody here.
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody here work a job, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, everybody here works some type of job, has a boss, right?
Yeah.
What type of controversial shit and protesting have you done at your job?
It's funny you should mention that. Okay. It's funny you should mention that because we definitely just did a sick out like a week and a half ago.
Okay.
We're going to let you finish, nigga.
Make it brief. Make it brief. Like, make it sharp, okay?
This nigga about to be a Republican.
I know.
Okay, let him finish.
He dressed like a Republican.
First of all, let AJ finish.
This is the thing, right? We have, and I learned this just from as I got older and I started to read more and all that stuff. Like, everybody has a different perspective. Everybody's not going to be Malcolm X and Huey Newton. There's some people who just want to go about their business and not be a part of that shit. Right. And we have, and that's we have this thing in the black community. Like every single person has to be like Malcolm.
Nope.
Every single person has to do this. Now, if he may, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on, one at a time, y'all.
He may have those values, but. Again, he's a guy on a rookie contract. Mm-hmm. He may not want to sacrifice his career.
Yeah, okay.
And me, I would. Yeah. But
right.
I'm not gonna throw him to the wolves like that because
does that make him less of a bitch?
Okay, hold on.
Watch this. Can I go?
Even
so,
go ahead, AJ.
I read on everything. Okay. Everybody hit me with these points. People want to feed their family. Absolutely. People work this hard.
These are millionaires. Watch this. He's not a millionaire.
Young AJ finish, please.
Can I finish?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, bro. Being silent on the issues is one thing, but to vocally say there's a time and a place for that is counterproductive.
If you're not going to help the movement, don't hinder it.
Yes, he's a bitch.
But you leaving out context.
No, ain't no context. He don't have to say nothing.
Yes,
everybody else being quiet.
You're complicit.
Everybody else is being quiet.
He has to say something.
No, he doesn't.
I'm about to tell you why.
Tell us.
I'm about to tell you why.
That's why you on the show. Tell us why he got to say something.
Their left tackle, he don't have to say anything. Because they're not going to ask him. If you ask the tight end, he don't have to say anything because they're not going to ask him. The quarterback of the most profitable organization in sports.
You said that's an overrated position, though.
It is. But what I always say, it's the most valuable position.
Okay.
The most valuable
So it's overrated, but the most valuable.
It's the most valuable to the market.
That's an oxymoron.
No, it's not. It's the most valuable to the market. It's overrated in terms of winning football games.
Okay.
But the most valuable position and for the most profitable organization, the face of that organization, when they ask him a question, he can't not say
#,
something.
no comment.
Exactly.
You know what I hate the most?
Motherfucking comment.
Let Krystal say something.
You're not going to say the same thing?
Krystal want to go.
You know what I hate the most is when guys from our side dig deep to make excuses for niggas like this. When listen, you got people that are colluding with other countries for our public safety, saying I plead the fifth, and you telling me a quarterback can't?
I'm gonna
say I'd rather not take a stance on this topic at this moment,
so if
and it's over with.
Hold on,
right?
AJ, what do you say when he says that though?
It's
he's
over.
A bitch. He's supposed to be with
No.
us.
No. The logic is saying.
Thank you.
We probably will.
Nobody can hear. Nobody can hear. Nobody can hear.
My bad. By you taking a public stance by saying fuck them niggas.
That's not what he said, but
basically.
Okay, Yatta.
I just feel like the logic behind calling him a bitch is because, like, I just feel like if you're not going to help the movement, at the very least, don't hinder it. Just be fucking quiet. If you're not going to help it by you speaking out in any way that's against it, that's problematic. Like, just be quiet. Just say, you know what? No comment. I don't want to speak on it. I would rather him just not speak on it.
Real quick. We're open to wine sponsorships. So, by the way, we are not sponsored by them, and we are open for wine sponsorships. hit the email AJ.
I agree. And I normally take that stance, but there are exceptions to the rule because, like I said, there's a different perspective for everybody, especially two things are going against him. He's on his rookie contract. Okay. He's making the league, basically the league minimum. He wasn't a first-round draft pick. Wasn't even a second-round draft pick. I think he was drafted in the third. He has no guaranteed money. Mm-hmm. So that's one. And two, he plays for the most popular, profitable organization ever.
So you're excusing Cooning.
So
I'm not excusing Cooning.
Basically you are.
So what do you think he should do? Sean, what do you think Dak should have...
My point is he's in a lose-lose situation. If he has no comment, these two are going to say the same thing. If he does what he does,
they're going to... He could be a silent loser instead of
Sean, what should Dak have done?
I'm okay with the no comment. I'm okay with the no comment. Like, but I don't call Dak a bitch.
He's that's my team. You're counterproductive.
So. Okay.
I'm sorry
You're a Dallas Cowboy fan?
You're counterproductive. You gotta let them crazy.
Sean, did you want to make a point?
I'm actually not watching football this year. So.
Me either.
Same. And
I didn't watch it last season.
I didn't watch last season.
I'm going to be honest.
Hold on. Are you watching football? And we 49ers fans.
I'm going to tell you why. I'm 30 years invested. I try not to watch.
How about can you bootleg it?
Hold on.
You cut off like 8
even
years
all that shit that
I'm 30 years invested. So I'm 30 years old.
AJ,
I like that one.
Last year I was conflicted, but with that shit that Jerry Jones just said, we still want to watch it.
This is what do you expect? You think this is new?
So just because it's not new, we should accept it?
Because we're not surprised, it means we gotta accept it.
Right. You did not know? You didn't think Jerry Jones was a racist before?
No, but I expect...
I didn't know until now.
I didn't.
Honestly,
here's what I expect from the NFL.
You like the Redskins?
Here's what I expect.
I'm a Falcons fan.
Here's what I expect from the NFL. I expect for them to understand the value of the people that make them the most money. I think that they should understand that if you're going to be a racist, you better be in a motherfucking closet. And you better respect the people who make money for you.
Can we make matters worse real quick? The main person that's
Talk your shit,
criticizing
AJ.
the NFL right now,
Young AJ.
our president, first and foremost, right? Mm-hmm. Who just criticized LeBron James.
Right.
This man's own wife took LeBron's side.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Your man's own wife took LeBron's side.
So like I'm defending Trump.
How does a nigga's wife take LeBron's side and NFL players can't take each other's side?
You know why? Because she don't suck his dick.
And also this.
They're not really together.
How did we get there?
I mean, no, they're not. Hey, they're not really together.
Also, she's not risking it. What is she risking? Him being mad?
Bro,
if he leaves, she's gonna get money.
If my boss walked into my basement where I work in my IT and says, "You black dudes are sons of bitches," I'm out.
I agree.
I don't give a fuck if it's $1 million or whatever, bro. Either way, we starving.
You know I agree.
Either way, we starving.
So majority rules that we are not supporting the NFL. Don't buy no paraphernalia. But if you have to watch, if you've been so invested, try to bootleg it, please. Don't buy Madden either. Bootleg it. Watch on the fire stick. Watch on the fire stick. Sean, you was gonna
watch though.
No, I can't buy any 49ers paraphernalia.
Fuck
him. Hey, hold on. Do you not have a 49ers tattoo?
It's okay.
All right, that's it. Cut your chest skin off.
Can I
before
just make
playing
one
around.
last comment though?
No.
And I think this is the biggest problem when I get in these arguments. And I'm not trying to make it seem like I know more than anybody else. But to the average sport fan, I probably do know because this has always been my life.
Okay.
So when you know the history, all this stuff has been going on.
Yeah.
Get it.
So for me, it's like
no idea is original.
Hold on. It's been going on. You look at the Redskins owner. I'm talking about the original owner. Not Jack Kemp. The original owner was he was a known member of a racist owner.
It's different times right now.
Thank you. I was about to say that. You're right.
It's like this stuff has not. It's a little different. It's been going on.
I know. I get what you're saying.
And I'll make this last point.
We don't have to do the same thing.
Yeah, we don't have to repeat history. We don't have to repeat history.
Right, but
so
go ahead.
When the Clippers owner got caught up with the
they fired him. They got rid of him.
When the Clippers owner,
different.
When he said no, it's not.
Hold on, let us finish.
Don't turn to argument. Let him finish his statement.
When the Clippers owner got caught up, what did he say on tape?
Say his name.
I forget his name. Donald
Sterling.
Okay.
He said when he got caught on tapes talking about using racial slurs, talking about Magic Johnson, right?
Yes.
Who do y'all think he talks to? He's a billionaire NBA owner, right?
It.
He don't talk to me and you. He talk to who? Other owners.
Other billionaires.
So this is nothing new.
It's not nothing new. So neither is sexual assault. But look, neither is sexual assault. That's not new. But guess what? It's time's up and it's Me Too. So now it's time's up from supporting the NFL and getting disrespected by these racists. And it's time's up for them to stop making money off of us. Let the NFL be all white so they can lose money drastically.
I get saddened sometimes the backlash I get from telling men to stand up and be men. Like a lot of this stuff is a 360 type of situation. You can't have principles in certain situations. It's either you have principles or you don't. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody at my dad's job is calling him a bitch ass nigga, and I don't support black people, I'm going to stand behind my father from walking away from this job. Absolutely. Same as these NFL players. Like, everybody say, yeah, they got to feed their family. I think every person on this earth has to feed their family.
Exactly.
You chose to go and be chained up under that sport. So you put yourself in a sacrificial position so I can judge you. They threw rocks at Jesus, so I can throw rocks at NFL players that's tucking their dick before a check.
I don't disagree with that point.
At the end of the day, y'all have to understand people are not going to like you for this. So stop being mad at people for being mad at you for being counterproductive to the bigger picture. They fired 2 Mexican workers I seen on Twitter.
I seen that shit. They went hard.
They walked out.
They went hard.
Sorry about that. The
But
whole
you've been
job
beating
walked
on
out.
me
They
this
said,
whole
fuck y'all quesadillas for everybody.
Why is that so hard for niggas
I'm
to
gonna
We
tell
don't
you
have
why.
unity. That's why.
That's
Cracks
why.
in the barrel.
But
Everybody-
That's the thing that be...
Every nigga for themselves.
Listen, every
Krystal-
nigga in my hood, every nigga I know that went to the feds and came home get a construction job. It's very easy to do, right? Because it's a job that not a lot of people want to do for a long time. So there's always a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
And so
That
so if
money.
you walk out of a construction job, it's a whole lot easier to go get another construction job versus leaving the NFL making $5 million a year.
Can I come back?
So I'm not.
No, we
It
about to wrap
depends,
this up.
it depends on what Sabrae
I'm
says.
not
Wrap it
We
up.
about to Millie Rock on y'all. We gotta wrap this up.
Wait,
So, look, hold on. So,
You know that I agree with you. What I'm saying is we're leaving out context of why people do different
Okay.
things.
No, we
AJ,
get it. We
so hold
get
on,
it.
hold on. AJ, this is the last point.
This is my last
We got to
one.
move to the
Yeah.
next
Yes.
topic.
Last one. So when you say it's hard, it's easier for construction workers to walk out.
Absolutely.
I see a Canadian football league. I see a XFL. I see a European football league. We have the conglomerate of world-class athletes that brings...
I like the word
that
conglomerate.
brings the viewers. We have the best athletes in the world. So if the best athletes in the world went and started their own league, you think they're gonna watch that replacement league that name any other Julio Jones is playing in?
Yeah.
Name
Odell Beckham.
Even Randy Moss in his prime. I'm watching whatever Randy Moss is playing.
You don't think that Randy Moss feels like his whole life I wanted to be in the NFL? Now y'all want me to be Malcolm X? Of course.
No, hold on.
Speaking of Randy Moss.
No, but stop letting them niggas think that they can put a price on that.
You see his time. You see his
Let me
time.
finish.
So
You
look,
see his
hold on,
time.
wait.
Let me finish though. Even LeVar
You gotta
Ball,
wrap it up,
LeVar Ball, my bad. LeVar
Okay.
Ball went and started his
You gotta
own
go to
basketball
Rose Bowl.
league. And I seen people.
You gotta go to Rose
I
Bowl.
seen people in the stands.
Yes.
So next year it's going to be more people.
Right.
The Big Three league. The
Yes.
NBA didn't
We
want them
can
to
start
start
our
their
own. We
league.
have the means to do
Yeah,
start
we
our
have the
own. And
means.
completely
It's no
take them out.
So when you keep giving people excuses for not trying to be revolutionary, you got to hold them to the
That's
same
not
standard
an
that they're
excuse.
selfish as well.
That's not an
Because
excuse,
guess
bro.
what? Kaepernick gave up $14 million
I'm
He a real nigga.
to
He a
say
real
I'm
nigga.
tired of AJ dying in
No,
the
I
street.
feel you.
I agree
But
with
speaking
that.
of- speaking of-
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Everybody's
Speaking
gotta be a
of-
Hold them to the standard then.
Randy Moss,
Uh-oh.
we have
The Real
Sean
Nigga Report.
with the Real Nigga Report. Sean, please let us know what Real Niggas is up to these days. Go.
Shout out to both of my AJs for being here because we all real niggas. I'm gonna keep this short.
Facts.
On the biggest stage, Randy Moss had a tie for a lot of black women, men who have been killed by white supremacy, unarmed. That's some dope shit because he knows like anything that he do could affect his paycheck.
Yes.
And a lot of niggas, they won't stand up if it affects their pocket. They don't want to fuck with it.
Yes.
And I can't fuck with niggas that's like that because, like, I don't make no money. So, like, if you a millionaire and you do anything, like, shout out to Randy Moss because on his on his Hall of Fame inductee speech,
He had 10 names.
he had 10 names
Yes.
of men that have been, you know,
And women.
women, men and women that have been executed.
Absolutely.
By
the
these race
police.
soldiers. By
That's-
the race soldiers, yes.
Randy Moss, that's dope as shit because
Yes.
this is how I feel about niggas. Niggas will say, okay, I gotta protect my family, like some Latrell Sprewell shit. Nigga, what you mean you gotta protect your family? I make $50K. I'm gonna be honest.
And I'm protecting my family.
How you not protect your family and you making millions? Yeah. So it's like I feel like that was a strong stance.
Yes.
Especially with the NFL because the NBA is not like that. Right. The MLB is not like that. The NFL I feel like is like the most like you know what I'm saying? Like
when it comes to
the
shout out to Randy Moss because that was a big stance and I respect that. So I'm gonna keep this
you should get that segment short.
Real nigga of the week.
Especially after that shit that Jerry Rice did with the chicken shit.
And can you just call out people stop being selectively sensitive?
I agree. Yeah. But did you see the Ray Lewis coon face? He looked so disturbed.
He bodied a nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Why he act like he embodied that nigga?
Because he's so much of a coon. He didn't even want to be an activist by association. Like,
you're right. This is the same people that got his back turned on.
What they say? Remember the time you said I don't dance unless if I hear music. That nigga hear music all the time. Ray Lewis, he a faggot. I don't respect it. Next topic.
No, and this is not enough.
Hey, but guess what the main topic is? Accountability.
Relax.
We'll get there.
Hey, we gonna get there.
Relax.
That's what I brought y'all for.
Hey,
I need you to relax.
Niggas is selectively accountable.
Yeah.
Selectively
you gonna stop skipping over myself.
AJ gotta get the rose bar.
Yes.
We can't be selectively accountable though, bro.
But you can't expect everybody to be Malcolm X. And you know that I am.
No.
But AJ, having values and principles and standing for.
AJ.
But go ahead, Sean.
Men have to check other niggas because men don't respect women for checking them on values.
I agree.
So men have to check other niggas.
Like you talking to somebody, you know me. Like
I'm so mad at myself.
I've walked away from coaching jobs because I didn't like the values and principles. But that's me. To expect everybody to be like that.
It ain't expecting though.
But everybody, wait.
No, it's not even
expecting. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead, Krystal.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Krystal.
I agree. No, I mean, we just been saying the same thing the whole time.
Yes.
You just
raise the bar, basically.
Go ahead, Krystal.
That's it.
Everybody doesn't have to be in Malcolm X. Everybody doesn't have to be Martin Luther King. But don't be the informant, okay? Don't be the sellout. That's all I'm saying.
Don't be complicit.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Everybody has to be Malcolm X.
No, because we needed both. We needed the ones who were going to compromise, the ones who were going to talk, and we needed the ones that were going to be radical and the ones that were going to be soldiers. Everybody can't be a soldier. You need, just like we have different branches of government.
What's the point of you having soldiers if you can't use them?
But you're moving on. Saying, but yes.
And let me find my point by saying this. I'm not saying what Dak said is right or what he's doing is right. And I think I have a different perspective because I have, like a lot of us here have friends, but we off that. Stuff that y'all don't realize do the same shit that he's doing behind your back. In the workplace, it happens every day.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. I see it, so it's like, this is what I...
You right for not apologizing in your arguments.
Yes. Well, we're going to move on right now.
You don't need to have accountability.
Next topic. Hey, so hold on. Can I say something? Hey, Sabrae.
Don't need nothing.
Hey, Dak Prescott is a bitch. Next topic.
Okay.
And on that note,
we have...
AJ got to get the rose bar.
Hello, bro.
yelling in the damn mic. It's right there. It's right there.
Yatta, I love you.
It's right there.
And you looking beautiful today.
Stop it.
I apologize to our listeners on SoundCloud and on Apple Podcasts. We know Sean blowing y'all up right now.
Me and Yatta, we not fucking.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, right.
Says who?
Wow.
It ain't always the people who tell it. It ain't always the ones that's getting accused of it.
No, they're definitely not. They're definitely not.
Yatta, we not fucking Yatta.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Y'all real sus right now.
Sabrae, next topic.
Next topic. Now we have Yatta with Yatta. Yatta brings the tea, the juice, the lick, anything you need. The Tropicana. She got it all.
Everfresh.
Okay.
The Rock Creek.
She got the juice, but this is the tea. Yatta, let's go.
All right, let me just keep it real simple. For one, I don't know if y'all tuned in on last Monday, but you know Jay-Z's Trayvon Martin docuseries launched off. Really hard to watch because it's like reliving the whole. I did, and it's not something it shouldn't really air on Mondays because niggas got to go to work on Tuesday, and then you be at work like, you motherfucker, like but it's just in case you haven't tuned in, it airs on BET I think at like 10 p.m. You might want to just watch it if you're not hip with the case. I wouldn't think that anybody wasn't, but you'd be surprised how many people didn't have the details.
Right.
Lil' Kim. Dropped the video. She got an album coming out. First one in like 10 years.
Okay.
Interesting. I was like, she said the queen is back. That's very interesting.
She hasn't been relevant since her pussy was fat since hardcore.
Oh, right.
Well,
I'm good on
Pussy
that.
was fat as shit. God damn.
I'm good on that.
to piggyback on AJ, kind of like jumped the gun a little bit with
bad.
my
I ain't
little
know that.
topic
I
or whatever.
ain't know
It's
that.
cool. You didn't know, but Donald Trump did like throw hella shade on LeBron and basically called him ignorant. Said that Don Lemon is the dumbest nigga in the world, and he made LeBron look smart and blah blah blah. And then Melania was just like, nah, I'm glad that you're building for our future generation. So you already know. I wish she would just hurry up and smother this nigga with a pillow.
Your wifey.
LeBron had bars. Hold on, wait. LeBron had bars. He said, "You put kids in cages. I put them in classrooms."
Exactly.
That's what LeBron said?
Exactly.
Nah, Don Lemon said that.
Fuck
Don
with my
Lemon said
nigga
that.
Breezy.
Don Lemon said it.
And people don't even know the history of Don Lemon.
Fuck
That's
Don
what
Lemon.
threw me
Fuck
off.
Don
Don
Lemon.
Lemon
I used to
has
hate
changed,
Hold
yo.
on.
Yeah, he really has though.
Okay, let
What'd you say,
Krystal.
Krystal?
Let Krystal say.
What? About Don Lemon?
Yeah.
No, he's completely changed.
Nah,
I used to
fuck
hate
Don Lemon.
him.
That's how you know white
Nah,
people
I
are
used to
wilding
hate
when
him.
Don
Yeah, when
Lemon
Don Lemon
changed.
My man is
suicides,
not
that's when you know.
white.
His own mother went against.
Don
His own mother had to
Lemon,
tell
Don
him
Lemon
that.
started changing when they started smoking niggas unarmed.
Nah,
That's when
when
he
he was
started
like,
flipping.
nah,
That's when he was
nah.
like, all right,
He
y'all
started
going too
changing
far.
when his mother called the radio.
Nah,
That was
bro.
it.
Why, hey,
His mother
hey,
called the
He
radio.
got
That
that
was
up. He got that up.
Why he don't be having shape-ups?
Yeah, that's
Because
interesting.
he a coon.
Bro, he's
Coons
on the
don't
way.
get
He on the
shaped
way.
up.
Give
Yeah,
him some
but
time, bro.
shape him,
He's
Yeah, his don't be round.
Don
This
Lemon's
shit's
gonna
rainbow
be
out.
something.
Let's not
Don
be
Lemon's gonna be legendary for us,
Let's
man.
not get distracted from the fact that Don Lemon is a coon until he proves otherwise.
He's not
Coon
cool no more.
still
He-
got.
he proving
I
it.
don't know.
He getting there.
He's
He's
working
working
on
on
it.
it.
He's coming back.
He's working on it. He's coming back.
Unless
He coming back.
Bring it back.
Every night he coming back, bro. Y'all gotta
Unless
watch
he
him.
acknowledges the fact that he was a coon and he was misinformed and misled, and he is now wants to reform himself and to be born again as a conscious black.
It's tough
He
to
is
Right.
a coon to
He
me.
be eating mumbo sauce. He coming back.
He not coming back.
It's tough for me to
I'm with
admit.
you.
It's
I'm
tough
with
for
you.
me
He
to
stood
admit
up
that
for
I had
Yeah.
the Jordans without the numbers back in the day when my parents had no bread.
I'm with you.
Everybody don't
Yeah.
want, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
My parents,
stink.
we couldn't have, you know?
All right, y'all
Y'all gotta look at his growth.
I just got
That's what
one more.
matters.
Go
One more
ahead,
yada
y'all.
yada.
Go ahead,
So
y'all.
y'all know on the 3rd, Travis Scott dropped Astro World.
Classic.
And the cover art, there was some controversy. He was called a homophobic, a transphobic,
I'm ready for that
because
one,
he had the cover art that had a transgender model, Amanda Lepore, on there. And
Transgender or transvestite?
Transgender model.
trans smack the shit out of you. Why you being difficult?
Why
So-
you doing that?
Go ahead, y'all. Finish y'all.
Anywho, so
Can we do a quick 20 seconds after this one for each person on this topic? Because I want to speak on this one
you know
real
what?
I
bad.
need to speak on this.
I want to speak on this one so bad.
I'm gonna
that's
time it too. That's a good idea. Go ahead, y'all.
So,
Continue.
the
1,
cover
2,
art
3,
got
4.
released.
Wait.
And
Go ahead,
originally, it did have the transgender model on it. When that version was finalized, she was not there, and they said he cut her
what,
because.
Shem?
Can you please cut the shit, Sean? I swear to God. Like, so the controversy was calling him a transphobe. The storyline goes he didn't know that she was trans. I don't know. But yeah, niggas are definitely. I seen your tweets. Chris. We gonna go ahead and start with you, Chris, because I seen them tweets.
Okay, hold on, wait.
Go ahead,
20
Chris.
seconds.
Go ahead, Chris.
Krystal, go.
Okay, so here's my thing. Nobody knew that she was trans. You could have left her on the album, but when you removed her, you blew up your spot that you're homophobic. You could have left her. No one cared. No one knows who she is. You blew up your own spot.
Did you just see the statement he made where he basically said she outshined
No,
everybody,
he said
including
nothing.
him?
He tried to make a recovery statement and
Yeah.
talked in circles and said nothing and made the situation worse.
Okay, Sean. Hold on, wait.
Man, you got a dick. Get the fuck off the album cover. You hear me?
Oh my
Go
God.
ahead, Jay.
I just have a question for Krystal. Just because he don't want to, does that make him homophobic? This is a legit question. Because he don't want a trans person on his album cover, does that make him homophobic?
Yes.
Or does it? Like I don't know that.
So he doesn't have the right of preference?
Yeah.
Hold on.
but
Okay,
this
wait.
is the thing. So,
I'm cool with a lot of gay people. That mean I got to put them on my album cover.
but if you saw the album
You sound
cover,
like
and
the
you
racist
cool
white
with it,
people.
like,
I got
you
black
got
friends.
problems, you find out that
Hold on.
she's trans.
So why when people put out country albums that have no black people on their album, nobody attacks?
No, there's a difference between a photographer having a photo shoot and you allowing them to have their own creativity, and then when you see it, you cool with it until you find out that person is trans.
Okay.
There's a difference. You never put in the beginning, I don't want any trans people.
Young
Granted.
AJ, I'm gonna give you your 20 seconds.
Granted,
Go.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, it's his album.
Correct.
He has preference. Just
Correct.
like people like, I don't like fat people, I don't like skinny people. You don't have to vocally say I have a preference to show I have preference. He has his own preference. He has his own ideas, and he doesn't have to.
He ain't gotta do nothing.
He doesn't
Just
have
go
to
home.
appease to any crowd he don't want to. This is my
Correct.
craft. He don't have to.
All right,
if I'm
AJ.
shooting towards drug heads, I'm making drug head music.
Okay. Oh, AJ.
OH.
Go.
He don't have to stand up for homosexuals. Travis Scott.
He don't have
No,
standing
he
up.
doesn't.
AJ, remember you on time, AJ.
Wait a minute.
What's your opinion?
I thought that we had to stand up for every
Oh my God.
Hold on, wait
20
a second,
seconds is up.
AJ. I want you to make your point. I want you to make your point. Okay, Yatta.
I thought we had to stand up.
Just because you put somebody in the album don't mean you stand up for
Yatta's turn.
Yatta, Lil Yatta.
I feel like, honestly, yeah, he does have that autonomy of his own his album cover or whatever. But I can also understand the stance where it's like if you say you didn't know, then it makes it seem like finding out was like, oh hell no, get this nigga off my motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it was.
So if you didn't know, we didn't know. Honestly, I didn't even know who the fuck that was.
I still don't know who the fuck.
But you know what made me so mad?
Oh, wait. Okay, so it's my go. Let me tell myself. Hold on. So first of all, who even?
That's the Apple Watch.
First of all, his
Apple Watch.
Don't use my time.
Shut up.
First of all, his mother-in-law, Caitlyn Jenner, is transgender. How just because? Hold on, wait a second. Wait a goddamn. See, y'all ain't cutting my time.
Okay. Right.
How do you know 100% that it was because that woman was transgender that he chose to take her off of the album cover?
They just jumped to that conclusion.
And you just jumped to the conclusion that it was because she was transgender. Yeah. I would like to see when his album fully comes out, if he does physicals, because people have a whole thing of art in there. She might be in something else.
He said she's in the booklet. He said there's like a booklet.
So that's what I'm saying. How do you know? How do you know that it was because she's transgender?
And at the end of the day, we're overly sensitive these days. They're looking for anything to get mad at. And secondly, he has his preference. And at the end of the day, keep that same energy about racism.
Let me get another 20.
Keep that. We don't have the time.
Keep that same energy about racism.
Sabrae, you can't be a man no more.
I could be a white person and I could say, I don't like black bitches. So
hold on, real quick.
They don't.
Can you adjust that mic back down?
The LGBT community does not keep that same energy about racism. The white ones.
Oh, I will agree.
And that's all I want. That's all I want.
They don't. And I should not.
Don't be all that on that shit if you ain't on both sides with it.
But
so I'm
not. But you just contradicted yourself. I'm about to tell you.
I'm telling you, keep the energy.
Your 20 is up.
Hey, hold on.
Oh my God. Yeah.
AJ gotta get the rose ball. Go ahead.
I know we gotta move on. But the last thing.
Hey, Krystal, take this Ciroc from Sean. Swear to God. Put that shit on the floor.
And I'll leave it on.
Put that shit on the floor.
You told me that Dak Prescott, he doesn't have a choice. He has to. He should.
We should hold him. Comparison.
No, you said we should hold him accountable. That's what you said.
Because still,
are we comparing racism to trans?
Because guess what? Travis never came out there and said,
"Hold on,
it's a time and a place for trans." When did Travis say that?
That's what you're accusing him of.
No, who said that?
No, I'm saying that's what you saying.
What I'm saying is that he had a problem once he found out.
That she was trans.
How was that the case? Do we know that once he found out that she was
If
transgender?
he's in the booklet, if the trans is in the booklet,
but it's not the cover.
Oh, so you're basically saying there's a time and a place. That's what you're saying.
Travis never said that though.
Hey, yo, if you don't want to shimmer his bitch on your fucking album cover, fuck it.
First of all, I wouldn't use that term, but it is his choice.
You
at the end of the
wouldn't
day.
use that term.
It's his art.
If the bitch don't know if she want to know if she.
When you making your art,
it's his career, right?
You can
make. It should have been the look of it.
It's his career.
I said what I was going to say. I mean, that we don't know for sure.
Right.
But I can understand why people might feel a way about that. That's just like, okay, not to get you fair-skinned female here, but let's just say for whatever reason you look even paler and you could pass for white. Let's just say that. And you on the album cover and he find out, oh, she not black? Oh, no, fuck that. Get her. You know what I'm saying? Or in the reverse. If you find out something and you didn't have a problem with it until you found out a certain little detail about it, it exposes you. It will put you on that platform like this is what you did it for. So you got to kind of accept the backlash.
That couldn't be me.
Well, we about to move on, y'all, but it's his choice. It's his art. You don't know why he chose to do what he did. It's not just him. It's not just him that makes the decisions. The album was straight. It wasn't. I'm not gonna say it's great. It was alright.
Great to me.
Straight.
Sounded like a lot of these other.
Sabrae.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, Sabrae?
I love
So
it.
right now we are going to. I want to
Lil Yachty, come
quickly address and let people know.
She said quickly.
I want to quickly, and we're going to do the 20-second thing because we want to get into the accountability topic. So
we need an hour.
Okay.
But if you shut your ass up, we can get through everything else.
All right.
Lil Yachty, watch your fucking mouth.
No, see, get this Ciroc out of here.
Okay.
Take this Ciroc away.
Go ahead, Mo.
So
get that shit out of here.
I got my niggas with me. Y'all killed me last week. I got my niggas with me. I got 2 AJs.
Put the mic so that we can hear Krystal.
Because you are yelling.
I don't give a fuck about Krystal. I'm talking about.
Good God.
Thank you. All right. So next 7 days from today, August 12th, there will be a KKK affiliate rally called Unite the Right. It's coming to our city. It's coming to DC, the metro area. These are the same people who planned the Charlottesville riot, where a young lady lost her life. A couple people were brutally assaulted by these counter protesters against this white supremacy terrorist group that's coming. These are domestic terrorists, and we need to be on the lookout for that. They are coming around here in different areas to test the waters. So when some shit really go down, they want to see what are the weak areas, what are the strong areas. We learned a lot from Charlottesville. They recently protested against Maxine Waters in L.A. L.A. reacted a different way. They were very hands-on. We had young brothers and sisters taking these motherfuckers out their cars before that the L.A. just handled shit different.
Yeah. You was just Virginia, so smooth. So like we had young brothers and sisters, taking these motherfuckers out their cars.
They were protecting their community.
Yes.
And they were coming with the same energy that was presented to them by these Tiki Torch whites, which are domestic terrorists. I want to give everybody 20 seconds to basically
we're gonna start on this
share. We're gonna start with y'all.
Y'all 20 seconds don't be 20 seconds. Look here, man. Get the strap, dog. I just feel like get the strap. Fuck that. These hands is on standby. What's that? Like at this juncture, like that's some bullshit. Don't cross paths with me. This bitches is armed. I don't got time.
Young AJ.
Hey, y'all.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like,
right,
if anybody want to boast white supremacy in front of me, I'm liable to see you, like straight up.
It's about protection.
I'm gonna just see you because we too far along in the world to still be going through this. That's my first point. My second point is, as far as all that's going on, man, white people work hard to make us hate them. All we want to do is chill.
Yes.
We just want to chill, man. Why they work so hard to make us hate them?
Right.
Oh, AJ.
I agree with everything he said. The only thing I would add is that, like, the funny thing is, like, they do this every year in DC. Like, this isn't anything new. But I think when you add social media,
you're lying all show. It's like,
it's just real. Like, but when you add social media to everything, obviously more people start to know it. The word gets out. People react differently when social media gets involved. I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I went to school in the area. My bad. I went to school in the area when they did it the same thing.
Where you go to school at?
Virginia State.
Okay.
So
I knew that.
I'm with him. I'm with him. So like, if you around me and that's what you're doing, then I can't even associate with you.
Sean,
no more Ciroc for sure.
Don't do that. Back up a little bit.
No, I mean,
I was looking for my cup.
I took it, y'all.
Go ahead, Sean, please.
Hey, Uno, skip the Krystal.
Okay. Krystal, go ahead.
I'm going to add to it that I think the reason why this year it's being heightened is because I don't know if you all know, but the Metro is providing 3 private cars to transport these people.
Yeah,
so that is the security.
Yeah.
So basically what they're doing is they're protecting it. The security is basically the KKK people who couldn't get off. That's honestly what this is. Like,
right.
That's really what this is. But the reason why this one is being heightened and sensationalized is because they're getting private protection.
Right.
That right there is emboldening them. That's is empowering them. They should not get their own private protection when we know that they are a hate group.
Hey, but you know on the other side.
Wait. They did say that the union spoke against that and said that is no longer the case.
They said that helping.
Now the union spoke against it, but the president is still saying that it's on and popping.
Okay.
You ever seen Die Hard with a Vengeance, the movie?
I did.
There's a scene with Samuel L. Jackson when Bruce Willis is holding a racist sign, and Samuel L. Jackson grab him and protect him from everybody black in the neighborhood killing him. And Bruce Willis was like, "Thank you." He was like, "I didn't do that for you. I don't want them to go to jail." And it's kind of like the same thing. So I agree 100% with what you're saying. But I would rather that than all my people going out there making not even dumb decisions.
They still got to get off the
Not
train,
even
though.
dumb decisions. Because I won't even call it a dumb decision because we have the right to go do that.
Right.
But I don't want to see my people go to jail.
And like you said,
I feel you.
And like when you said that, I felt like they put it in the media for that very reason, for us to go out there.
Exactly.
No, they put it in the media because before you do any type of protest like that, you need permits. Absolutely. And so that's why it's not like
talking about the whole train situation.
Right, in the train.
For
us to react.
For that to make Washington Post, CNN, all that is about to happen. They're basically inciting both sides and saying,
that's the point.
Civil war, a little small civil war. Go ahead, do y'all thing out there in the monument this weekend.
Because we're going to be the ones who go to jail, not them, because they got permits.
So to conclude that, I will say that if you are out there protecting your community and practicing your Second Amendment right, because let's be clear, a lot of people out there in the city will turn a gun or a fist towards another black person. You need to be the same ones out there protecting your own and making sure that these militia groups and these hate groups and terrorist groups are not coming out disturbing the safety of you and your family. So, but when you do these things, understand that you do have rights as a citizen, you to bear arms and all of that stuff. So, I mean, know your laws, know your rights. If you're counter-protesting, please get permits. And understanding racism, you'll understand, and white supremacy, you have to understand why these things are happening. They're not just happening because they don't like your black ass. It's happening because white people right now are at a natural decline. Naturally, because they're genetically recessive, they're dying before they more than they're being born, and that they are now in a state of emergency. They have to establish some false sense of superiority that they do not have because genetically we're superior. And so they want to scare the fuck out of us, and it's not going to happen because they just have these little tiki torches and they walk around with khakis and they think that that's intimidating. But we have to, like I said, protect our communities, do what you have to do, learn from Charlottesville. You know what I'm saying? They running people over with cars. We need to have some motherfuckers in cars.
And get the strap.
If you know where they're getting, you can go online and figure out where they're getting off the train at. Protect your community.
Have you ever
Foggy Bottom.
What's the next topic?
The next topic. Oh, y'all ready to go to? Y'all ready to? They trying to go to Rose Bar. They trying.
Are we all going?
WHNA.
Hey.
Yes.
They ready to go to war.
All right, let's hit it. So, Sean, I would love for you.
Rose Bar.
Sean, I would love first of all,
you
saying
put
like
that fucking glass down.
No. First of all, I think you want to go to Rose Bar too.
You going to Rose Food?
No more. You're drinking.
Can I get it for free?
Can he get a ride?
Can I get it for free?
Can Sean get a ride, please?
Hashtag no invite. Oh, all right. That's all right. I got on slides.
So wait.
I'm in no groupie.
You good, whatever. I'm
Wow.
All right, can we have the groupie of the show introduce our next segment? I'm just playing.
Hey.
See how they just skipped over me though?
Hey, Sabrae.
Oh my God.
Sabrae.
Yes.
Sabrae.
Yes.
Don't ever fucking play me like that
Yeah, don't do my man national stage.
I'm trying to cut through. I'm trying to cut through.
We in there.
It's cool. It's cool.
You got the pink, you got the hot pink. Yeah.
Shut up.
Hey, nigga, stop asking about y'all that she don't fuck with y'all. But go ahead.
Nigga, turn. Put the mic down so we can hear Krystal. Hey, please, AJ, put the mic down. Like down.
We leave the old out of that. Like, come on, I know that was.
What we got going on?
That's what you told me.
That was the introduction.
All right, AJ, and then young AJ. I want you to introduce this topic because I know it's near and dear to your heart, and I believe that it's relevant. And then I believe that it's very relevant and it's very essential to talk about. Please.
So, I introduced my guest, AJ Krystal, because
this nigga turning. Please
do women
excuse us.
have any accountability? I'm not saying that they don't.
Hold on.
I passed the mic. I think you should go ahead and introduce it. All
right.
Do us a favor,
You want me to do it?
Yes, please, y'all.
Hey, we all drink. Hey, we all drinking.
No.
Hold up. Y'all, no, okay, I have to make sure.
Sean,
Where the fuck did you put my cup?
Your cup is gone. You drank it all.
It's gone. Go ahead.
Come on, let's go. Let's do this.
Yatta, please. I turned his mic all the way off. Go ahead, Yatta. Introduce this topic, please.
Okay, look. Okay, so the problem apparently is that men, these niggas right here.
These niggas?
Okay, hold on, Yatta. Be nice. Be nice, Yatta.
These strapping young gentlemen right here seem to feel that women.
I'm a professional on this topic right here.
Never had
Let her finish
any accountability.
No, I agree. Sometimes we can let go of that. No, I do agree. It took me a minute. No, it took me a long time. No, it took me a long time to put the mirror on myself when it came to things in relationships. In my current, we're engaged.
Okay, did I explain that?
Hey, Sabrae, let Yatta have it. Go ahead, Yatta.
Oh, that definitely explains it.
First of all,
when you realize
we can talk about
AJ gotta go to Rose Bar.
Hey, thank you.
Burnt and fucking Ernie. Okay, look. First of all, I have to feel like I'm kind of not that person. Like, I've never not been an accountable person. I just oftentimes do not be the cause of the problem.
So you're the exception. I was, though.
Stop.
Let her finish. Let's finish.
Oh, no,
we about to
I don't be causing the problems. 10 times.
Hey.
My thing is, Sean, you know me. You know me. You know me better than a lot of people. So you already know. 10 times out of 9, when shit go left in my situations, it don't even be me. Like, I own my wrongs. So it's just very rare that I be the wrong one. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not even willing.
So y'all, you're a real one. Sabrae, a real one. These other queens.
I wasn't always a real one. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't.
I'm a real one now.
Yes, I'm a real one now. Thanks to the person that's okay. So we're gonna move this on.
Can we spin it?
Yes, we're going to do that. We gotta get past this part though.
So,
let's get past this part.
Keep it a buck. Y'all are real ones. I go out with y'all. Y'all my sisters. Anything that I get. Hold on.
Okay, hurry up, Sean. Sean, you been.
It back for?
Sean, go ahead, hurry up.
I said I was chilling.
Cause you dragging it. Cause I know you feeling it. You feeling it. You know what I'm saying. So go ahead.
You feeling your water.
Yeah.
So go ahead, AJ.
Go ahead, AJ.
So like on a larger scale, I come across as like a womanizer, a woman basher, all type of shit on social networks.
He's an asshole.
So I try to put things in logical senses for the most part. I try to put on, you know how everyone wants to have equality. So I put everything on the same scale, and women for the most part get mad at me for that. So when we talk about accountability, I look at women, not just relationships with men, also relationships with women.
Absolutely.
Right.
Most women I know, 75% in that area of the girls they used to be cool with, they're no longer cool with.
So to me, but before you finish, hold on, because I want to put it in perspective for the. No, I want to put it in perspective. No, I want you to put it in perspective for the listeners.
Sabrae.
Stop. I want you to explain to people before you finish what accountability means in relationships, whether it's a relationship between a woman and a man or friends.
The easiest way to break down accountability is accepting and knowing when I'm wrong and when I'm right.
Okay, now continue. I just wanted to put that in perspective.
At the end of the day, I can give you the paragraph, but that one line will break it down for you.
Okay, now finish.
So when I say for women, when I say 75% of the women I know aren't cool with 75% of the women they met to this date. You feel me? 75% of the dudes I know are still cool with about 75% of the dudes they know to this day.
So how does accountability play a part in that? I just want to
watch this. So when people stop being cool with each other, it's not because we went our separate ways, because we're still cool if we're going separate ways. We just, our lives went a different path.
Right.
That don't happen with women. Women stop being friends with girls over the pettiest shit. She opened my bag of chips and wouldn't say she did it.
Outfits.
And I know
bitch, don't play with my motherfucking chips.
Food.
I let her borrow my flat iron and never brought it back. And they will stop being friends for years over stuff like that. Now, guys, and this, you know what makes it worse? Watch this. What makes it even worse? It's girls fight girls over cheating niggas. Like.
Niggas do too.
So
for the most part. No, for the most part. There's a small sum of niggas.
No, there's a lot.
No, let's keep it honest. Let's be one. Men beat women. Let's be honest here. Don't act like men go out. Niggas be scared of niggas. That's why they smoke niggas. Don't try to say niggas be beating niggas. No, the fuck they don't.
What's smoking? I'm putting it on the same curve.
Niggas don't kill niggas.
Okay,
niggas kill niggas over money for the most part. Oh my God.
We got to stay on accountability. We got to stay on accountability. Yes.
So when I sit here and watch these interpersonal relationships between men and women, I see what women do to each other. I see how they treat other women, how easily they break off friendships, how long it takes them to argue with a man knowing damn well they wrong.
Yeah.
Just because their whole lives saying I'm wrong has made them feel some sort of lesser than people.
Give them the quote.
You know what I'm saying?
What she say?
That was a quote?
She'd rather be...
That was a quote. I seen a post on Instagram. I had to laugh. I was like, wow. It said, I'd rather lose you than lose an argument.
Yeah,
AJ squared off.
Okay.
AJ
so look, I want Krystal to. I'm gonna just break it up.
So I'm almost done.
Okay, so AJ wrapping it up now.
And I hate to get this deep into it, right? So look at us men. I hate to do this because I got crushed. I got attacked on Twitter for saying this one day, right? So we know in every sense of life, there are predators, right? There are predators in life, right? So we have predators in animals that attack animals. We have men that attack women. we have men that kill and attack men, right? So when I'm a man, my father always taught me, don't go into certain neighborhoods. Don't go there because they might kill you. They might jump you. Pause. Let me finish.
Yeah, okay.
Because guess what? He taught me as a man that there are other men that just kill people. They take advantage of people. They rob people. They steal from people, right?
Yeah.
And never once did I ever seen that a man not get victim blamed for getting smoked. Like he shouldn't have been in that neighborhood.
So what you're saying is, no. So what you're saying is basically men get held to be accountable more than women do.
Exactly.
Okay. So you gotta wrap it up though.
So I'm almost done. Okay. So I've never heard niggas not say, "Damn, that nigga shouldn't have been around there when he got smoked.
Right.
He shouldn't have been in that neighborhood. He know better than when he got killed." So in the same sense. Sorry about this, because I don't victim blame women who are accountable.
I get what you're saying.
So there are women that will take drinks from men that they know they don't know, that are fear strangers. They'll go to tables of niggas they never met and all that and take whatever they want. They'll go on trips with niggas they never met and they will say you victim blaming.
By them sharing accountability.
But you knew you didn't know him.
Right.
You knew that this dude is a complete stranger.
Right.
I never met him in my life. I don't know his fucking background. I didn't check his Maryland his case search.
I just suck his dick for a trip to Panama.
Yeah,
I'm going to take that clip.
So when they get raped and stuff, they will tell us, yo, you got to be better with knowing who you're going around.
For sure. I do want to let Krystal, you've been on it for a minute. We get the gist of what you're saying. We do, because you're basically saying like women always have to share accountability, but men, who never have to share accountability, but men do. Men don't get the benefit of doubt like women do. Women can just kind of coast through and be like, oh, he did all of this, but never have to face the part that they may have played in it.
The point of it.
Women can just suck dick and be cool.
Krystal, please.
I think you're done too.
You're done, bro. Okay, so point the. Can you, AJ? Can you point that towards? Yes.
Okay, so I feel like I have selective accountability.
Okay.
So.
Thank you for admitting that, because that's real.
I'll be accountable for when someone says something to me and I have to backtrack and be like, oh damn, you're right. So sometimes I'm accountable in an argument. But that's on social media. Accountable in my relationship, that's probably like 5%. It's normally I said what I said and then I'm just gonna walk out. That's it. But am I fucked up and am I wrong? Yes. But am I gonna admit it to him? No. So I know I was fucked up. I know I was wrong. Absolutely. And a lot of times I will know I'm fucked up and I'm wrong, but am I going to be accountable in that situation? No. What is that? A lack of maturity.
Right. And that's so big of you to even admit that,
and
because that's very because that's very common. And as far as like black women, we have to be able to do that and to take accountability for some things, or to say, okay, after I thought about that, I was wrong. Because it's hard out here for black women to get good black men. And that's one of the biggest knocks on us. And that's because we're so, and everybody's argumentative. Let's be clear. Everyone's argumentative.
I'm different.
But when you are argumentative to the point where you get into argument and you can't say when you're wrong, that is a huge turnoff, because men have to always face the reality of the world since they were young. And they cannot always get the benefit of the doubt and to not address being accountable for certain things.
Okay, hold on. I'm spoiled. So I'm spoiled because I'm almost never accountable in my relationship, and my husband just deals with it. So for the most part, he'll just be like,
let Krystal get the floor.
Right. I ain't got time to deal with Krystal's attitude right now, or I'm not in the mood, or I know she'll be over it in 10 minutes. So fuck it. I'm going to let her win. I'm going to let her have it.
But see, you know what the immaturity is, and you know where you have to grow.
Right. And I do know where I need to grow. I do know.
Right.
But am I working on it? No.
But you should. But you should, though. But you should. You should.
When I turn 30 next year.
I'm going to preface my statement by saying that. Like, I joke and play like everybody know that. So, like, a lot of times when I'm saying stuff on social media, I get attacked by people I don't even know. Like if I'm talking to AJ, somebody jump in my mentions. I'm like, you don't even really know the context of our conversation. He knows what I'm really saying. So like, and everybody, I love black women. I don't even look at nobody else, and I mean that like to my core.
So shout out to the black.
So if I can show y'all all this love, I can criticize y'all too. So it's like now you can't even say anything about black women on social media. You say one thing, they like, oh, toxic masculinity. Oh, your mother's black. I'm like, I know. She don't admit she wrong either.
I feel you.
So like for me, the accountability thing is such when he called me for this. I normally Sundays is family day. I'm here. I'm pulling up.
Niggas like,
so it's
like,
fuck y'all.
Yeah, so the thing is like the idea that you never have to apologize, and most men just take it. You know what I'm saying? But like, and I learned this through life. Like, you'll meet a woman, and let's say she has a child, right? And my baby father, and you'll be believing that shit. Like, you think he the worst nigga ever? Like, damn, he was fucked up. Then you start dating her, like, nah, wait a minute. I need to ask this nigga some questions.
Real quick though, first of all, my stories be the truth.
Now, I will say this and I know her, we know each other.
Yes.
Like, Yatta is a different type of woman.
Right. There's always exceptions.
You know what I'm saying?
There's always exceptions.
But like in all seriousness though, like the idea that as men, because y'all can bash this all day on social media. Nobody ever says toxic femininity or whatever the word is. Nobody says that shit.
It's some toxic bitches.
No, it is, but nobody says that.
Right, it's not a toxic
listen, I only deal with black women in every phase of my life. You know what I'm saying? I have some shit to say about y'all.
It should be accepted. The criticism should be welcome, and we have to grow up to the point where we have to realize society has given us passes as women. Society gives us passes and does not open the door for accountability because we're looked at as victims. We are not victims. Right. We can now in some situations we are, and just like the sexual assault thing, there's not we're not victim blaming if you're telling a woman you shouldn't have went up to his room anyway.
Absolutely.
Of course he shouldn't have touched you or raped you just because you went up there. Hold on, wait. He shouldn't have touched you or raped you just because you went up there. But you also have to know that when you go up there, you have to be accountable for that poor decision. Right. Just like if you was walking in a rough area with a bunch of chains on, somebody's going to say, why were you going in that area all those
chains? You're not walking through Berry Farm at 2 a.m. with 10 racks in your hand.
I got an argument with an attorney at my job, right? And that's my like, we eat lunch together every day. And she was talking about the same thing you're talking about. And I said,
okay, work wife.
I was saying, and she was saying all the same. She was like, well, no, it doesn't matter. Men shouldn't just break. I said, of course I'm not arguing that.
Yes.
But if I tell you to meet me down, like when Love was there, it's a reason you don't park on certain streets.
On certain street, yeah.
Because you don't want your car to get broken in.
Exactly.
Hold on, but it's not your fault that your car got broken.
Yeah, it's not.
I've had a Corvette, and I had my rim stolen twice. And the first time I was like, that shit was on me because I ain't put it in the gate.
Right.
Even though that wasn't my fault that somebody stole my rim.
But you took accountability on your side.
I normally put it in the gate.
You gotta say, I put my public safety behind my desires
or into the hands of somebody else
or your convenience or whatever.
And when I used to say that, like there's a few people on Twitter used to come at me like, you victim blaming, you were this and that. I'm like, bro, like y'all hold me to this standard on my side of life, but you have to take that same accountability.
It's not mutually exclusive.
It's not exclusive.
You can have both sides.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I've seen people get robbed and killed on the regular. We 30 years old. We done lost so many niggas to the streets, and they be like, well, he knew he shouldn't have been fucking with them.
I say that all the time.
But it's accountability on both ends. But this particular situation, us women, we have to understand the part that we play in it. And I'll give you another example. We'll take it back to relationships. If a nigga cheat, you know what I'm saying? It's sometimes niggas is just grimy, and sometimes niggas is fucked up, and they just got this cheating itch. What they gotta do? But then you also have to look. Okay, was I not having sex with him at all? Was I going weeks without letting him hit? Yeah. Was I not cooking for him anymore? Yeah. Did I stop doing the things that I used to do? I'm not saying that there's was I not sucking his dick?
Let me speak
See, you know what? Shawnee's drunk.
Back to sucking dick.
Right. To that point, like
I'm not saying that you should blame yourself for something somebody did wrong.
People say
you
should have walked away, and then I was like, was you ever really in love? Walking away is not that simple.
Well, it's not that simple, but for some situations,
you can never just walk away.
No, that's not true. For some situations, of course, there are individual situations where walking away.
Yes, just walking away. People get beat up and not just walk away.
Let me ask you this: have you ever heard a woman admit she was wrong with no butts?
No, nigga.
I'm asking him. Hold on.
Wait. Time out. That was a really, really, really great question, AJ. I want you to repeat that question.
Hold on. Before I was gonna ask you too. Have you ever heard a woman, including your mother, aunts, everybody, admit she was wrong without any butts?
No.
Have you ever heard it?
Fuck no.
My mother, obviously like everybody else, I have a black mother. She has 5 sisters. I have 2 grandmothers. Never. I was arguing with my mother one day we was arguing over a math problem, going back and forth. We pulled out the TI-83 calculator. We broke it all the way down.
That's the official joint.
It showed that I was right. You know what she says? It don't matter anyway.
That I was right.
It don't matter. That's what
I don't care.
Yeah.
That's something in the black
And that
community.
is something. You don't. Do you?
It's in the black community.
Hold on. Do you understand what you do to your relationship when you cannot admit that you're wrong?
And
do you understand what happens to just because men don't say anything?
And I gotta be honest.
Okay,
okay, go ahead. Hold on, AJ.
Hold on, let me finish. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Men, we don't say anything. That's what she is saying though. Yeah. When you talk about cheating and stuff, I'm not saying it's right. But after a while, you start to feel that pressure. Like, damn, it's always me. I'm always wrong. It's always
no.
You are wrong too. Say that shit.
Of course, there are always parts to play in a situation that something fucked up happens. Like I said, there are exceptions. I'm not saying that every time a nigga cheat, it's because of a woman. It's because of the woman. Because sometimes when men cheat, when the women doing everything in their power to do it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when there's something that you contributed
you
to
left a
and you
void
don't
in your
even want to
relationship.
own it. You
You
have to own it.
You cannot come to y'all and say I'm not happy. We cannot.
When you leave a void, that means you should cheat.
That's not what you're saying.
I'm asking.
No, I don't think that you should.
Sometimes that's the motivating factor behind people cheating. Not
it
all
is,
the time.
it is.
Sometimes dudes will have that void, and that's what they'll choose to do because they're not getting fulfillment at home.
And with the accountability
Before you
thing,
even answer, because I want you to answer both parts. Have you ever had a woman you felt comfortable enough going to saying, "I'm not happy with you in this area"?
nah.
Have you?
Fuck
Okay.
no.
Now answer
So-
both.
But y'all haven't reached that level in a relationship, though.
but listen,
That's the difference.
But listen,
How you
I heard
figure
you.
that, Chris?
I heard
How
you
you figure that?
mention.
Hold on, wait.
I heard you mention the black community, and you said something about the black community. I don't remember what it was, but you were saying something. But we have been conditioned to be passive aggressive in general. All of us. All of us. You know what I'm saying? From a kid, it was you can't talk back because that's disrespectful, even if you're right. Talking back is disrespectful, even if you're right. So that has came with us into our adult lives.
I agree
you know what I'm
with
saying?
that.
So even in the accountability sense, like I want to get into the point where like people don't understand even not admitting you was wrong is in a sense it's mental abuse.
Yeah.
If every time I argue with you and I know I'm right and somehow you make me feel like I'm wrong, I'm being mentally abused because I'm questioning myself.
But see, that's you basically saying he sound like a bitch. That's what you're saying. So that's my point about you can't say anything.
Sean, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, you right. These bitches be wild.
Wait, Why do I ever give Sean the floor for him to say some wild shit?
I don't know.
You know why? Because you respect me, and I. So, hold on.
He's not going nowhere.
Hold on. The thing about women is, y'all never deal with women, so you can't give like an accurate description of what it is. Like dealing with women. We didn't deal with women.
But we can give an accurate description of where if I felt like I was wrong in a sense because some of the things that y'all saying was told to me by my now fiance. So I've learned from these things from a woman's perspective.
That's why your finger looks the way it does.
Hold on.
Thank
so
you.
Sabrae.
That's why.
Women don't be feeling like that.
That's why her finger looks that way.
They don't. But can I finish
They
that?
don't feel like they're wrong.
Can I finish up?
Fuck you.
Like people don't understand, man. At the end of the day, a lot of these things are mentally abusive. At the end of the day, like
What was your major?
Psychology.
So
so hey. So you the most
Qualified.
and people
qualified nigga on this
people get on the
podcast.
internet and be like, yeah, this nigga think he know too much, but nah, I
You
really
gotta-
be
sometimes you gotta
studying
put your
people, yo.
credentials
Like
out there,
I spent 5 years studying people. Like this don't be just personal experience, but I'm just telling you. I got situations that tie into this, not just what I see.
feel you. I
had a
feel you.
relationship where I was 18 where a girl was telling me, like I was tripping. I knew she was cheating. She was down in school. I was at home.
Be cheating, bro.
Her phone was going off every Wednesday night. It was on airplane mode. Like all of a sudden, you lose service every Wednesday night. So you starting to notice trends. You feel me? So as a man, people notice trends. Like you notice, just like you notice good shit.
Absolutely.
You notice bad shit. You notice trends. You notice routine.
Absolutely.
So I'm like, damn. Every Wednesday, you in the same spot on Tuesday and Monday. Why Wednesdays you losing service? You know what I'm saying? This same person broke down crying on the phone. You treated me bad. You think I'm cheating and all this. Come to find out she was cheating. You feel me? But me, I'm like, damn, you a fucked up nigga. You done called her a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm second guessing myself.
I get it. Men
I'm like, I'm
that's
fucked
a human thing. That's a human
Bitch got caught. She rookie.
yeah, that's what I'm. But at the
People
end of
do
the
that
day,
shit,
at the
yeah.
end of the day, people take mental abuse as what's in the forefront by calling somebody a bitch or a
Right.
hoe or what they wearing. But you can be mentally abusive by masking it.
That's true.
Making me seem like I'm a liar or
gaslighting.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, that's true.
And me and him talk about this all the time. Like, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, you ever been in an argument on social media? And I know you have because we talked about this. You ever been in an argument on social media with a woman? After the fourth exchange, what happened? She gonna insult you.
Insult you.
Nigga, you gay anyway.
You gay for arguing with women.
You a bitch ass nigga. Like,
for arguing with women.
Yeah, she's gonna, and especially if you prove
y'all broke anyway.
Especially if you prove her. Yeah.
Women not ever call either way.
No. We ain't saying you, but in general.
No, I'm gonna go tip for tat.
No, I can give you an example. You ain't call me broke, but I give you an example when you did what I'm talking about.
But
we were arguing about Drea one day. Because I was like,
hold
on, and I was like,
wait. Explain to the people so they're not lost with the stories and the scenarios. So explain to the people.
AJ,
what?
Explain.
I'm gonna say like we were arguing back and forth about Dre, because I don't think Dre, like me, I'm not attracted to her. I'm not saying she's not a pretty person.
He called Drea a bird.
No, no, that's not what I said. I said she's bush.
You kind of look.
No, I said she's a bush. She's bush to me because I don't like what she represents.
Yeah,
I'm not saying she's not attractive. I don't like what she represents, so I don't like her. She was like, well, where the fuck your girlfriend at? And she went off on me, right? Like, I bet you she look better than your bitch. And it just so happened the girl I was dating at the time is friends with Krystal. Well, they follow each other. So she told her, and she showed her, she's like, and Krystal did all this on the timeline, right? But when she saw the girl I was dating, she DM'd me. I'm sorry. She didn't do it on the timeline. She ain't doing it on the timeline. She said, she was like, I'm sorry, I saw the girl.
I can own up to that.
And of course, man, like,
and that's what I
don't take
respect
nothing
about
personal.
Krystal.
No, that's one thing I will give her.
Yeah.
Like, one thing for sure. She says what she says.
A straight shooter.
She is.
No, I respect the fact that if
shit.
she's wrong about something, or she'll acknowledge it. Now, she may not work on it.
Because she'll tell me all the
but
time,
she'll
like,
acknowledge that it's fucked
we'll
up
be
or that it's
arguing,
wrong.
and she'll say, I'll just be trolling.
But we do
That's
come
half the
to
battle.
but we can't come to a general
Acknowledging the
consensus
pussy
that women are having an issue with accountability.
They do.
Right.
Globally.
Right, I agree.
I am
Globally.
the first to say, like, they'll tell you, like,
Listen,
we do a lot of bad shit.
Women have been coddled. Women have been
Oh,
placed
absolutely.
on
Hold on.
different
Give
pedestals.
Krystal the platform.
So, of course, we're not going to have the accountability that we should have because of where we've been placed. We've been made to seem as if we're handicapped, we're incapable of doing things. So, of course, we're going to retreat. We're going to act as if we don't have to own up to things because that's what you've allowed for so long. Because y'all want to be superior because of patriarchy. So that's why we've been able to get away with being the victim, with being coddled, and with not taking accountability.
But
y'all
at the
set
same
it up.
time, I've seen babies take advantage of he don't know no better.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're right.
feel me?
That's a great point.
Babies,
I've
what do you
seen
mean?
children take advantage of he don't know no better.
Yeah.
At 7 or 8 years old,
I
parents,
mean, yes.
they knew better. You already got reprimanded for stealing the candy. You
Yeah.
knew better.
I just
you know
give
what I'm
them
saying?
I'ma keep sliding.
And they'll tell you, like, to me, in the black community, period, we lack accountability.
And period.
Like,
Period.
on a major
I
scale.
would have to disagree with that. I would have to disagree with that only because black men are always held accountable for the downfall of the black community.
Yep.
They're the biggest
Hold
target.
on.
They are big targets, though.
She talking that shit.
No, that's
Right.
So they're always the
true.
biggest targets. If something happens to the black community, where the black men at? If something
No,
happens to a
that's
black
true.
man,
That
then
is
he should have
100%
never
true.
moved.
AJ,
Then he should have
let
never.
her talk her shit.
Hold on, wait. Then he should have never moved, and then that's why he should have. That's why he got
No,
killed
that's
because
true.
he moved.
That's true.
And so I
That's
think
true.
that the black men always have to
But
take responsibility
there's a lack
and
of
accountability.
accountability in the community in the sense that you will see all these women talking about, oh, I love street niggas. I love street. I want a hood nigga. I want a hood nigga.
Shit.
Then they will go out
niggas
and
die
deal
like
with a hood
shit.
nigga, right? They'll deal with a hood nigga. And we all hang around them like that is, but they'll deal with a hood nigga, reap all the benefits, money, clothes,
when some shit hit the
shoes.
fan.
But once
You
you
ain't
get
doing
pregnant,
that
hold
bed
on.
with him.
Once you get pregnant, and then he go to jail, I got to do everything myself.
Right.
And so
But
as
then,
a community, we don't. You're right with we
Yeah.
take that and that level of accountability.
Yes.
But as a community, and I don't want to touch on this subject too much because it's very
No,
sensitive and it's new.
touch on it.
No,
I'm
touch
talking
on
about
that.
when a young girl got shot. We all probably shed a tear for that. But there's some accountability that we didn't take on that.
I said that
We didn't
week
take
that happened.
I'm not gonna get into it, but there's some accountability.
No,
we
for
didn't take
sure.
on
Somebody
that.
knows
Because at the one, if somebody knows something, and two, we have artists in the area who perpetuate that same shit. And I'm talking about I won't put nobody's name out there, but there are artists out here that glorify jumping out the car, busting off, not giving a fuck who's around. So there's accountability there too. Go ahead.
I don't want to be a victim right now, but there is no man in the United States of America that isn't more mentally challenged than black men on a daily basis from every aspect.
100%.
From being targeted by not just law enforcement, by your peers, by jobs, by even women on the social media on a daily basis.
100%.
So I'm not saying this is an excuse for our actions.
Yes.
I'm just saying that we're not as a community looking at each other and building each other up. We do women so bad. You know why men do women so bad? I've realized it's because what's going on through their daily basis. They're transferring energy.
Yeah.
Every day. Men will
that.
come home and take it out on their kids, their wives. Like you have the 90s niggas got the worst beatings. You know what I'm saying? They was in between eras. Niggas was starting to get jobs, real jobs. Niggas was getting real responsibilities. And they had, they was getting real families. They had houses, kids, women, and the white corporate America looking down on. Not to mention the cops still pulling you over, hitting you for $400 on a ticket.
But sticking on the accountability.
So I say this. I've always said this. Black men are the most hated entity in America. Black women are the most disrespected. And we add to that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis. But by being the most hated, you take on, like LeBron, he takes on so much baggage on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? By being the most hated, because now he has to model his career off satisfying his haters.
Right.
So I have to model my life off making that white man proud, not trying to get smoked when I'm on the way home after I done had a bad day, making sure my kids is straight in school, come home, make sure my wife ain't cheating because I'm carrying a heavy load. I'm out of the house for so long, I gotta go here, I gotta go there.
Right.
And a lot of people don't ever realize that mental health is huge in the whole spectrum of what we going through as a community.
And that you say that, like a lot of times people can utilize mental health experts, whether it be a therapist or whatever the case, a counselor, because that helps you directly with accountability. They're going to talk about what happened and what part you played in it.
And where you at today.
And where you at today.
Facts.
Anybody else want to add to it as we close?
No, I thought this was important though. Like I really do. Like and y'all get a lot of viewers, so I hope
Thank you.
Seriously though, like it really damages relationships when a person can't admit that they're wrong.
No, that's what I'm talking
about.
It's mentally abusive. It's mentally abusive.
To piggyback on that though, no, it really is important and it is detrimental to people's mental health. So honestly, as somebody who is always formally internalizing a lot of shit like that, because it does go both ways, even though we're not addressing men in accountability right now. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of that, where people do shit wrong and they try to gaslight and make it seem like you'll lose your mind, like you tripping. So I literally put myself into therapy, and it literally it changed so much. It's why you Yatta, you're a gym. A lot of my mind state come from that. From shifting it, basically, my therapist put a lot of things into perspective for me to stop internalizing that shit and realizing that that's what it is. It's gaslighted. So, and it is a form of mental abuse. I can agree with that. So,
yes.
And I think
help.
Like a lot of...
We closing, by the way.
I got you. And a lot of women, man, have been through a lot of bad things, especially the single mothers. Like, a lot of guys... And I ain't gonna put her, business out there, but I've dated a girl who really went through some stuff with her baby father that was, really, really bad. So, of course, she's traumatized from that. Right. So, but you got to be willing to go get the help.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Heal first.
Because it's going to be so draining for everybody. You can't be an effective parent with all that baggage. And Jada Pinkett talk about that. You can't be an effective parent when you're not in the right mental state. Yeah. When your relationship is not in the right place. So, you got to be able to get past the stuff that happens to you. If you need help, go get the help. Yes. If you can't say that you've done some things wrong, then you in bad shape in life. You know what I'm saying?
That's easier said
and I want to.
Absolutely.
There's too much of a stigma in mental health. So it's not that easy to just get comfortable going out there and getting the help that you need, because too many people have negative thoughts about doctors, how we've been treated before with syphilis, tuskegee, doctor of gynecology. So people don't trust the healthcare industry, and that's the problem. But they need to get the help. But
try to find a good. My suggestion with therapists and stuff and counselors: try to find a good black person in their field.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I feel you, but I don't feel like a lot of people are even taking it that far. It's just being real with myself.
But that's why we having these conversations now.
I don't think a lot of people, you said, you're very well versed, you're very intelligent. A lot of people not even taking it that far. It's to the point where I can't stand up with what's wrong with me. I can't stand up to that.
Well, they're not ready for that.
They're not ready to jump there. That's like a lot of men don't like going to the doctor. They are so afraid of hearing what's wrong with them.
Yeah, right.
So, did you have anything to say to close out? Something.
Why are you
go ahead.
The mic?
I respect that Black King. Go ahead, Black King. All these hoes need to suck dick.
My final.
No, wait, hold on. I agree with everything y'all say.
My final statement is this: like in relationships and the community, we need aggressive accountability. Like,
yes.
we really do because you said it earlier. Like, and you should say it 3 more times. Like, we don't need nobody to do nothing for us. At this point in this juncture, with the resources and everything, that we don't need nobody.
Don't get me wrong. We are old. We're old.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yes.
But we don't need it. Let's just have aggressive accountability amongst ourselves.
That's even in relationship.
Yeah,
that's across the board.
We're going to keep going this way.
Absolutely.
And, you know, like, numbers-wise, like, the women are taking the L's these days. Like, they're getting pregnant, and they just, you know what I'm saying, getting left.
They get a
carry
bad
the burden, like,
and they get a bad rap for that.
No, they're getting left to carry the burden, and it's sad because we're going in different directions, like on the whole skeleton, because nobody is willing to come to the table without pointing fingers and saying, "What do we need to do to fix it?"
And this is on topic. I just want to say real quick, when you talk about women getting pregnant, like a woman that be in a relationship for 5 years get pregnant, right? That guy cheats, she break up, move on to the next guy, get pregnant. And it's the stigma about, she got 2 baby fathers. She didn't do shit wrong.
Yeah.
Well, there's
besides letting a nigga come in there.
No, I'm just saying.
No.
We gotta be accountable though.
Yes.
Like, you can't dog a woman. You can't dog a woman out.
You can't dog a woman out.
You can't dog a woman out.
But I think men look at that like that wasn't my fault.
Hold on. Time out. So I agree. We shouldn't dog women out. But there's, like we said about this whole segment, there's accountability on both sides. Don't get pregnant by a future. You feel me? So if you can avoid
he's a fire artist.
Buy a fatty.
I'm talking about fatty.
Buy a fatty.
And I'm not saying future or fatty just to point them out, but I'm saying examples of, you see a trend of how, no, wait. If they have 6 other examples of how they go when they get women pregnant, go ahead and take accountability for that.
Facts.
Just to close out, we're going to end on this. And this will be quick.
I just want to reach out to anybody out there that's listening to us today, man. Like, if you're in a relationship or you got friendships, it's okay to say I'm wrong. Absolutely. It really is. It's okay to say I'm broke. Yeah. It's okay to say I don't have it. It's okay to say I don't have the esteem. Be open with your friends and family, the people you're dealing with, or you're never going to go anywhere. Like, in general, this argument that you're having with your boyfriend that you're saying, I'm not going to tell this nigga I'm wrong, you're only going to stray your relationship down a road that it's not going to end well. And if you can't tell a friend that you're broke and you need it, that's not your friend. You know what I'm saying? Like,
stop the competition.
Stop. I just want. At the end of the day, I just want us all as a black community, stop masking ourselves and trying to show ourselves as someone that we're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be who you are and accept your circumstances and build from them.
And we're going to end on that. We're going to end on that. We're not going to end on that.
If you can't afford Del Frisco's, fuck it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for that end of remark. We will see you next time. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias. Connect with us on another level. Just stay tuned for more. Subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching us on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, make sure you subscribe in that way too, so that way you get alerts to your phone to let you know when we have new episodes coming up. And yes, thank you so much. We'll see you next time on Notice Famous Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Great show, y'all.
Get the fuck out of here.